Hey everyone, and welcome to this in-depth look at the chances of a severe storm tonight and tomorrow on the 12th of November 2023. So currently our satellite shows that we have an area of rain moving over the eastern and northern regions now, moving away, and behind the rain we have a slot of clear weather. However, if we look to the southwest, we have a mass of clouds, and it's this area here. This area of clouds will quickly blossom tonight into a deepening, severe area of low, and this has a threat to bring some damaging winds to many areas of the country. So starting off with the GFS run, this is the midnight run, and we're focusing on Sunday night and Monday morning and the storm. So 6 p.m. there's nothing really going on. 9 p.m. nothing going on. Midnight we're starting to see a little trough forming in the outer bars here, just off the southwest coast. This trough moves in overnight, and a low forms over the east country, and that brings strong winds to the south. Bear in mind the GFS is a run that has the low forming on a sort of weaker scale. It's this run is towards the weekend of the runs, so you will see some much stronger runs in a sec. But the GFS for now whips the low up over the east and to our east, and the strongest winds happen to be over our south and east and over the UK, northern UK, I'd say. The wind gust graphics from TWO, looking at this. So starting off this evening, winds fairly light, but gusting up to 30 miles per hour in the east for a time as the rain moves in. Into Monday morning, widely winds gusting between 40 and 50 miles per hour in the south, lighter in the north. And these wind gusts peaking around, I'd say, 55 miles per hour in the southeast on Monday morning. But this is very much on the weekend of the scale, and strong winds in northern England after that, getting towards 60 miles per hour. That was a weak one. Now the ECM, okay, comparably, absolutely destructive. Okay, so 6 p.m, nothing's going on. You're probably wondering what is all the fuss about. 9 p.m, we start seeing a little trough forming with some very tightly packed isobars to its south. Midnights, if you want lows. Okay, here we go. Again, that low is deepening like mad to our southwest. Very tightly packed isobars. 3 a.m. Actually, there's a glitch on this chart, so we can't see the most vital hours. But 9 a.m. sees a huge storm that's centered to the east of Ulster. Very strong winds, especially in the east and north. We have to go to the wider view of Europe for 3 a.m.'s chart. So midnight is like that. It's 3 a.m. Look at that. Look at that very localized but very severe low. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Where is that? 6 a.m. is here. 6 a.m. is the peak time, I'd say, for this storm. The hover is actually starting to annoy me now. There we go. Don't move. Okay. So very strong winds. We could see a sting jet on some of these runs, especially in the Midlands on this area of the storm. But equally, all areas likely to see some very severe winds with this. And actually, as of 8:35 on Sunday the 12th of November in the morning, there's no warning from Met.ie, but I think they're going to be splashing them out today, big time. We could even see a red warning by day's end if this solution comes off. So this is the wind gust graphics from the ECM from windy.com. So starting off this morning, average winds, nothing too bad. Moving off into the early hours of the morning, a core of extreme winds develops over here. You can see in the core of this offshore, winds gusting up to 161 kilometers per hour, and overlands in Kerry getting towards 100 to 130 an hour. Extreme winds, 6 a.m. peak time for the storm, widely in the south between about 80 in the southeast Midlands up to 128. Okay, right. This is going to be complex. So lighter winds generally in the north, because that's where the centre of the low will be. Then we go towards the east and south, and we have widely between 80 and 100 kilometers per hour wind gusts high on the coasts. But look at this. We have a narrow band of winds like pushing into the Midlands, gusting up to 100 to 130 kilometers per hour from Clare through to Laois. And on the west coast of Clare and into North Kerry, wind gusts in excess of 140 kph, getting in excess of 150, possibly towards 160 in exposed spots. This would be absolutely phenomenal, ridiculous. Red warnings issued for this. Extreme winds, like that is not something you see every day. And this inland stretch is also concerning. You don't often get wind speeds of this severity inland. That will cause havoc if it comes off. Then we push into Monday morning. We again see this core of strong winds from Galway through Dublin. Especially, it's this sort of swathe here that we're very much worried about. And even strong winds moving towards Ulster now. So, I mean, that's pretty phenomenal. And then the core of winds does clear away to the east. Isle of Man, England, Wales go stormy then. Before the core of winds does actually gradually ease as it moves towards the UK, then towards the North Sea. The UK Met run, looking at this. So here we go, midnight Monday, that low is deepening to our southwest. 6 a.m, centred over North Leinster, extreme winds wrapping around it, especially on its southern flank. So that's South Leinster and into parts of East Connacht, let's say. Very severe winds with that, especially I'd say from Dublin westwards towards Laois. Could be a sting jet before it moves away. This is, again, that one has it very severe. We will look at the rainfall with the EKV. So we have this area of rain coming up tonight. Very, very severe, very heavy rain, could be thundery, before this hook forms over the Midlands and West, pushing northwards in the morning. That is the centre of the low, and the hook is where the strongest winds will be. So let's look at those. So the wind gusts, miles per hour, looking at this. So moving off towards Monday morning, 3 a.m, in the south, wildly above 60 miles per hour. And we actually see an area of extreme winds from Clare to Tipperary, about 4 a.m, of 60 to 70 or even 80 miles per hour inland. That would be destructive. And this area of winds does move northwards into the Midlands, towards the east. Very severe winds here, very damaging. Inland gusts as well, in excess of possibly 70 miles per hour. You don't often see them inland, and this is why this would be so severe. It's not as severe as the ECM has it, but that would still warrant at least orange warnings very, very widely. And it's already Sunday and we have no warnings. So this, the issue with this is that it hasn't even formed yet. If you look at the current view of Europe, look, you've got a flat westerly to our west. There's no sign of a low at all. But tomorrow, we will see one possibly really being a beast of a storm. And there's currently no sign of it at all, apart from a lump on the satellites. So there we go. So tonight on the GEM, we see that low forming over us. Before at 6 a.m, it says it over the east of Northern Ireland. It's not as severe on the GEM. It's one of the quieter runs. The wind gusts. There's no chart for the GEM wind gusts, so we'll have to use this one. It's not as clear, but I'll try and guide you through it. So 3 a.m. Monday, we're seeing strongest winds in the south and up the east coasts. We never really get severe winds inlands, but severe winds do affect the west coast of northern England, north of Manchester and the Isle of Man. So the GEM doesn't have it as strong. Now, there's so much uncertainty at just less than 24 hours out. It's really quite annoying. But we'll have a second update later today where we should have warnings enforced by then and a more clear track of the storm. So Icon 3 a.m. Monday, a trough forming over a 6 a.m. quite a strong one over Northern Ireland. 9 a.m. really stormy for the east of Ulster. The Icon doesn't really have it too severely for the south of the country before it moves away. The wind gust graphics. So Icon is one of the weaker models with this. So 6 a.m. Monday, widely 30 to 50 miles per hour in the south and east. Then we move on, and 9 a.m. Monday, very severe from the east of Ulster up towards 60, 70 miles per hour on the east coast. And the winds push away, but very stormy over North Wales and Northwest England for a time on Monday as well. Finally, we have the ARPEGE model, and this is going to show what's going to show. Okay, so deeply trough like mad to our southwest at midnight. 3 a.m. it's over Clare. 6 a.m. it's over North Leinster. Again, okay, ARPEGE has it very severe. 9 a.m. very severe for North Leinster and East Ulster. It affects all areas apart from the northwest here with strong winds, I'd say. But they also get some very heavy rain before the low moves away. Finally, we have the wind gust graphics with ARPEGE, miles per hour. So into Monday morning, we see at 5 a.m. 50 to 65 miles per hour wind gusts in the east and south. These winds, severe winds, push northwards, possibly up to 70 to 75 miles per hour in the east for a time. Very severe winds. Also inland as well, and that needs to be taken into account before the winds push eastwards into northern England and North Wales and the Isle of Man. Very stormy, possibly up to 80 miles per hour over the Isle of Man and 75 miles per hour in northern England. So we have the UK Met Run, the GFS. Sorry. We have the ECM, UK Met Run, and ARPEGE. These three ones have the storm being severe and being possibly very significant and destructive. Now the GFS Icon and there's another one. Anyway, there are three. Sorry, GFS, GEM, and Icon that have the storm as a low, yes, but not very badly severe. So it's a 50-50 at the minute, and it's already Sunday morning, 8:44, less than 24 hours away from the events, and we've got such high uncertainty. So we'll do a second update later on today, where we hopefully will have more agreements between the models and also warnings issued. Because if the more severe solutions do verify, we will need orange warnings and possibly red warnings. And it's, we currently have no warnings. It's really, really mysterious. And it's up for grabs. I'll see you later. Bye for now.